My name's Mason Olson, and I'm doing the book report on the Scarlett Pimperel. The Scarlett Pimperel is during the time period of 1792, during the French Revolution, and which is also known as the Reign of Terror. Scarlett Pimperel is about the French and the aristocrats. The aristocrats are being captured by the French and sent to the guillotine where they are beheaded. And there's a person of secrecy who is known as the Scarlett Pimperel, the man of disguise. He comes in and he rescues them, and the French are all out to get him. They're all trying to find out who he is, and he's taking all the aristocrats who he captures and takes them to England where they're safe. Well, the story goes on, and Percy Blakeney comes in, and St. Margaret and Citizen Chauvelin. Well, Citizen Chauvelin and Marguerite are kind of like relationship, like they're talking or whatever, I reckon you'd say. I don't know what the word is in the old days. Well, Percy comes in and sweeps Marguerite off her feet, and Citizen Chauvelin's kind of out to get Percy. Well, he's from like rich, one of the most richest people in England or whatever. Well, Marguerite falls in love with him or whatever. They go on and eventually get married or whatever in England, and and one day she gets caught talking about a family who has escaped or whatever. Well, they all get sent to the family of three gets sent to the guillotine, and it had it that Marguerite was the cause for it. So Percy finds out, and it was some of the England people that got sent to the guillotine. So Percy was kind of mad about the whole thing, whatever, and didn't speak to her for a while. And lost my train of thought. And Percy's all mad or whatever, and doesn't speak to her for a while. And finally, there's a little boy over there that Percy's trying to rescue. He finally rescues him and gets him to England safely. Well, the French find out, and Citizen Chauvelin, he's pretty upset about it. So he sends a crew to England to try to find him, and they have Percy. They finally find out that Percy is the Scarlett Pimperel, and so Percy gets captured too, and they want, in exchange to release him, they want the boy back. So they go to England. He tells them if he goes with them, he'll take them to the boy. Well, they get over there at this place, and he sends word by Marguerite to get the boy out of there. When they get there, his league of the Scarlett Pimperel people, they get over there, and he sends his people, and when they get to the thing to cross the river, they have to cross the river to get to the castle, and Citizen Chauvelin just sends a couple of his men over there to check and see if it's safe. Once they get over there, the Scarlett Pimperel's league captures them and puts their uniforms on or whatever. So when they signal for it's okay to come, once they get over there, the boy's not there. So then Citizen Chauvelin sends Percy down to be shot. And when Percy gets down there or whatever, and Chauvelin's sitting up there with Marguerite, and they's like, think they're listening for the gunshots, and they hear the gunshots, and they think it's all over with and Percy's dead, or Scarlett Pimperel. It's all done now. Well, all of a sudden the soldiers come back, and then they're sitting there talking about Percy, and Percy appears, and he had told him before he goes, I will haunt you with my death. And once he gets back, he shows up after the gunshots, and Chauvelin's amazed, doesn't know what's going on. And then Percy explains to him, that's my warriors, or whatever. And he opens the door, and all of the French's people are laying there handcuffed or tied up or whatever with no uniforms on. And then finally they get into it or whatever, and finally they just capture him or whatever and go on. The boy lives to be free, and that's about it for the story of the Scarlett Pimpernel.